My name is Darwin Navarrete, and I'm here with Athletes for Faith. Check us out, athletesforfaith.org. We're doing some really awesome things with some great guys. And I'm joined by Evan the Butcher Cutts. You can find Evan right now on Spike TV's Fight Master. But Evan, thanks again for joining me, Evan. How's it going, man?
Man, it's going awesome. It's such a blessing to be able to speak with y'all today.
Oh, man, thank you for taking the time. So just that, man, let's get started. How did you get into MMA? You're on a show on Spike TV. That's really exciting. But how did you get into the sport altogether?
For me, the sport of MMA, I don't know. If you would have asked me told me 6 years ago what I'd be doing today, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I was definitely not your stereotypical MMA fighter. I was a really big nerd in high school. I was really into playing video games and card games and things like that. And I was always looking for kind of a sense of adventure, something, you know, what's my purpose? What am I good at? I feel like I've been blessed to, have a good mind and a whole body. And I don't know, martial arts seemed to kind of fill that void. So I started out doing traditional martial arts. I kind of realized about a year and a half in that traditional martial arts weren't really for me. I wanted to do a combat sport, and so I saw mixed martial arts on TV, and I was really interested that it combined all the aspects of striking and all the aspects of grappling into one sport, and it's been a wild ride since then.
Sounds like an exciting one too. So with that in mind, what's it like being a Christian guy? And I follow your career. I watch the show, and I've seen your fights, and I just know you're a Christian guy. So what is it like being that Christian guy in a dangerous sport like MMA?
I think being a Christian guy in MMA is really kind of a different thing. MMA comes from you get guys from all walks of life, everyone from the poorest to the poor, the richest to the rich, the guys from different countries coming in to compete in this sport. And being a Christian for me in mixed martial arts is using MMA as a platform, using the talents that God has given me and God's blessed me with, and find some way to get a microphone in my hand. We have some twin brothers in Dallas, the Cox brothers, Brad and Brian, and I was really blessed to be in a mixed martial arts show where I think it was Brad was the one that fought, and Brad after the show got on the microphone and used that as a place to talk about his testimony for Christ, and Christ in a place that really has a huge different group of people that not all of them know about grace, man, and some that even are Christians don't know about grace. So he got up there and talked about the grace of Jesus Christ, and really inspired me to start doing something with my mixed martial arts career, something that God had given me talents in, and start using that to make the investments, not only when I do fight, talking about it, but make the investments of the guys, in the guys at the schools I teach, and try to be an example to them that really I'm not, I'm just a regular guy. God has blessed me to be able to do this. God's allowed me to do this sport, and without Him, man, it would be a lot scarier of a sport,
So I know that you train with other awesome guys in the MMA, and that is UFC fighter Dustin Page, and also the other awesome dude UFC fighter is Johnny Bedford. So what's it like having other Christian men that are in your sport and training with them every day?
I think a really good rule of wisdom is you're going to be the average of the top 5 people you hang around. And for me, I'm blessed to be able to hang around these other guys that are competing at the top levels of the sport, that are other Christian men. So we all have that same value of what needs to come first, in training camp. Is God needs to come first in training camp, man. Because through Him, everything else can be done. Even if you're injured, man, you can overcome. But it's a blessing to have that support system there, So some guys I can be really accountable with, and we can do things like pray over the gym. You mentioned Johnny Bedford and Dustin Page. We actually have a fourth guy in our gym too that he's more behind the scenes. He does a lot of our web work. His name's Ryan Kovacs. he's one of the other guys up there, man. And to have that whole team unity that works at the gym, to have the whole team unity of people working at the gym and being able to do things like that. Yeah, have a team meeting and pray about something, man. Asking God to bless the gym, bless the people in the gym. You know, being able to be really out with our Christian faith. You know, and when people are in the gym, just kind of lead by example. You know, when people are in the gym, we're maybe not as loud and out about it, but we definitely try to keep a Christian standpoint at the gym and not be ashamed of it.
That's awesome. Do you have a character in the Bible that you associate with that you're like, hey, that's me right there?
Oh man, let's see, the character in the Bible that I associate with, probably most would be. I'm trying to think. I apologize. I'm skipping on names.
Are you a David and Goliath kind of guy? You know?
No, definitely not David and Goliath. In a lot of senses, yes. But man, I feel like I'm just. It's hard to associate with one. For me, the book Romans really speaks to me a lot. I talked earlier about grace. And even though Romans is pointed more at a whole group of church, I feel like a lot of times in that group of church, man, it's easy in the sport to see what the other guys are doing around you and see a really worldly view. And it's great when you have that support group that can pull you out of that. Like, I feel like that whole letter of Romans has been written for me at one point, man, especially when I didn't understand what Christian faith was about. I thought Christian faith was really about, you know, balancing that rule book, making sure your scales kind of teeter out and that you're following these rules. And if you do enough of good, you can definitely outweigh the bad. When I didn't realize it was about grace, man. That's really for me. Like I said, you know, I don't really have one guy that I think points out to me. I think that there's a whole lot of people, man. I definitely feel like you know we all need that real grace because none of us are saints.
That's
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, hey, I don't mean to turn off any Christian. If we're humans, man. And the only way that we get to we get to go to God, man, is through Christ. And let's not elevate it above that. That's a miracle in itself. We don't need to supplement that, in my opinion.
I agree. Now, what is your favorite verse? Is it one in the Romans, the book of Romans, or what do you got up your sleeve there?
Man, I'm cheesy about it. I'm going to be a John 3:16 guy.
That's awesome.
That's what Christianity is based on for me. That's really where I went through a time, and I'm sure every teenage guy does, about, you know, ask himself, why is Christianity different than the other religions, and why should I believe this over that? And for me, it was the fact that no man can become God. We can't do it on our own, but God came down to us because he loved us, and not for any other reason than that, but his love, man, to save us.
It's that simple, but sometimes it's amazing, huh? But for us, man, just like you're saying, we're lucky. We're blessed. We're not lucky. We're blessed. Hey, Evan, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much, man. Good luck in your career. Good luck with everything. And folks, check this out. Evan the Butcher Cutts.